Welcome to the 12th and final day of this stick mobility program. Congratulations! What a great achievement, and I'm so happy to have been able to do this with you. In keeping with our theme for the fourth week, we are working on playing and exploring, and so I'm bringing in a Bosu ball. You're also going to need 2 long sticks, and I'll leave a link in the description below for where you can get your equipment along with a discount code. I love the Bosu ball because it allows you to safely practice instability because it has a variety of different unstable surfaces. That said, you can also do this workout on the ground. You don't have to have a Bosu ball, but you will see what it's like when I'm doing it. So let's get to it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, and be sure to check out my community tab where I will be posting about small group virtual stick mobility classes in the near future. So we have our 2 long sticks and we have a Bosu ball. Before we really get into it, I just want to show you that this blue side is rubber and it has a lot of motion. This black side is a nice hard platform. So if you're feeling like you can't do any of these exercises that we do on the blue side, where you will be pretty wiggly, it is pretty unstable, right? Here, you can always try to go to the black side first, that platform side. And if that is still too much, feel free to set the Bosu aside and do this on the ground. It's still a lot of work. So I'm just going to show you how I can stand on the platform as well. Now, it's always helpful to have a wall. This is part of why you have the sticks, but it can be a little bit precarious getting onto the Bosu on the platform side. So my first recommendation is you put one foot on, you let it fall all the way to one side. Feel free to grab the wall, grab your stick to help you get up to that other side. Put all your weight on that foot, and then bring the other foot onto the platform. So that's how you can get safely on. If you don't let the Bosu slide all the way to one end, you risk it being really wobbly and wiggly in the effort of trying to get that other foot up, okay? So that's just a good tip for how you get on and off the Bosu platform. So I'm going to turn this Bosu around onto the blue side. I consider this to be the more difficult side to be standing on because much like a waterbed or a balloon, it's always moving. There's just air in there. So depending on how my weight shifts, the ball will shift and I have to be stabilizing myself the entire time. So I'm going to do the warm-up on this blue side, and we're just getting used to feeling this kind of unstable surface, really. So grabbing those 2 sticks, because as soon as you have these 2 sticks, you have a lot more stability, right? It's kind of like being a quadruped. Everything is touching the ground. So stepping onto that Bosu, carefully, gently, having control. Sticks are about 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and you're pushing down on these sticks as much as you need. If you want your arms out long and extended, great. If you want to keep them tighter in so that your elbows are by your sides, that's okay too. However works best for you, because everything about this workout has a lot of instability, and so it's about finding where you're at and then challenging yourself. So we're just going to start with some ankle rotations because this is a lot of work for the ankles. So I'm going to try and get onto one foot, and then we do nice circles. Let's go for 5 in each direction. And now the other way. So one foot is really posting. It's got all the work here. And now I'm going to switch sides. Because I have these sticks, I am pretty stable. As soon as if you also only do this with one, it's just slightly more difficult, but it's certainly possible to use one stick and do these exercises. So as we get used to this feeling of instability, we're just going to try and do some squats. Here we go. You can hold on to these sticks as much or as little as needed, okay? So press those sticks down into the ground, squat down, to where you feel the work. It doesn't have to be the deepest squat, but you'd be surprised. You can actually get really low, right? I can't do a malasana squat without lifting my heels on the ground, but because of the way the Bosu ball moves, it allows me that extra little bit to help get deeper into my squat. 2 more. Woo! Last one. Already, the body is feeling the work of having to stabilize. This requires a lot of energy. So now we're going to try and march. Shoulders packed down, pressing those sticks into the ground. Lift your knee as high as you'll go, and switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So these are also really great to practice if you are working on balance. You can just try and run here with the sticks to give you some extra support, but you still got to do a lot of work. Last move in this warm-up, we're going to do a human sail on the Bosu. So again, feel free to step off if that feels better for you. And because you're doing this on an unstable surface, you're only going to as far as you can maintain control. I'm actually going to show you from the side. So sticks go down up against the front of the Bosu. Arms reach up high. Soft bend in the knees. Twist back. And push those sticks down into the ground to return to center. Let's go for one more. Reach up high. Soft bend in the knees. Open out. You want to challenge yourself, look up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and step off the Bosu, take a breath. We're going to keep it in this blue side for now, but again, if anything feels too difficult for you today, you can always switch it over to the black side, that platform side, so that even though there's still a lot of wobble, your feet feel more stable because the ground that they are on, that platform, is actually steady and secure. If that's still too much, set the Bosu aside, do this on the ground. It's still a challenge. So we're going back to some exercises that we have done throughout this month, some airplanes. This is all about playing and exploring and really just seeing what we can do with different tools and how it changes things. So we're only doing 3 reps, but I'm also giving you different positions for the sticks so that you can find where you have the most stability and where you feel the most challenge. So we have 3 kind of positions for these sticks. We really have 2, and then you reduce how much you're using the sticks, right? So the first position is in a triangle. You can bring those sticks up against your shoulders, and the ends of them are going out in front of you as wide as you feel comfortable. That creates a wider base of stability, right? They go from each end, it's down on the ground. Our common, most used position is this 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock, where the bottom ends of the stick are actually coming toward you, and that fits in line with your natural arm line, right? And then we'll be trying to do each exercise just sort of as an add-on, where you lift one stick, lift the other stick, lift both sticks, and see how you go, right? So that's the goal throughout this workout. We have 3 reps per move, so let's get to it. So I'm going to do my airplanes from the side so that you can see a little bit better. So getting onto this Bosu, starting with my left leg posting, because that is my weaker side. So you can make this Triangle as wide as you want, right? I'm a little limited because of my space, but that's okay. These two sticks on my shoulders, and I'm gonna slide my hands down the stick. It gives me more support, even though I'm on an unstable surface. So here we go for 3. Lift that knee up. Slide your hands down the stick, kick out. Toe points down. You can walk your hands up the sticks. Slide down. Walk your hands up the sticks. And feel free to set both feet down if you need to. There's no rush here. No matter what you do, it's a little wiggly, so have fun with it. One more here. Slide down. And then walk your way up the sticks. So that's the most stable position. Now we're going to move to that 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock position if we're working in a clock. I'm going to start with my elbows bent, tucked to my sides, and as I push out into that airplane, I'm going to press my arms out. Left leg is posting. Here we go. 1, 2. We got one more here. 3. Woo! Definitely gets a little wiggly. We're going to do one more where we try to lift. First, that same side, then the opposite side hand, then both. If this is too much, keep going with both sticks down. If you just want to practice and play, you can always lift one stick or the other. If you're working with only one stick, you can always also use a wall as an assist. So here we go. Lift that leg up. Kick out to an airplane. Feel that stability. Really, leg is working. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Let's see if we can do both. Woo! And lower. Beautiful. We've got the other leg to do. So starting out again in that triangle position. So you will notice that your ankle, especially when you lift both sticks off the ground, can really start to wiggle. You gotta really work on stabilizing all through the ankle to keep yourself upright. So if that is too much, make sure those sticks stay down on the ground. Right leg is working. Find your triangle. Top end of the stick is just resting on your shoulders. You're gonna slide down like railroad tracks. Here we go. Toe is still pointing down. You can grab on and come back up. Here we go. 2. Gently bringing yourself back upright. Last one in this position. And come back up. Whew. Bringing those sticks to 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. Bottom ends are pointed in towards your body. Right leg posts. Kick back. 1. 2. 3. Whew. We got that one more where we're lifting. And feel free to just do one more rep with sticks at 11 and 1 if this is too much. Kick out. 1, 2. Let's go for both. Woo! Yeah. Also, just to note, you don't have to stay on the whole time. These sticks don't have to stay up. We're not trying to hold at this point. This is just practice and play. We're exploring whether or not this is possible and where we feel like we are the strongest. So I'm going to do these single leg extensions facing forward. Again, we bring those sticks into this triangle because I really want you to get used to this feeling of having more stability when you have the sticks in this wide base here. Starting with my left leg posting, I'm going to lift my right leg up. Extend out. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Bringing these sticks to 11 and 1. Same thing. Pushing those sticks down into the ground. Find that balance first, and then extend your leg out. Nice soft bend in the posting leg. Here we go, 2 more. 1 more. Nice. And now we're going to add on by trying to lift those sticks. Woo! And the other side. Oh. Let's see. Can we do both? Whew. That's tough. My leg falls when I do that, so I'm not going to practice that one. That's fine. It's good to know. So coming back into that triangle position. Right leg is posting and extend forward. 2, 3. Bring those sticks into 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. 1, 2, and 3. So this is my stronger side. So let's try these lifts. Extend out. Whew. 1 stick I can do, okay. Better on this side, even though my leg still does fall. Whew. Take a second, take a breath. I'm going to turn the Bosu over so that we're working on the black side now. And I'm bringing it over to one side because we're going to be using a long lever. So you just need 1 stick for this. Definitely already sweating. Sometimes it's in the play that you really find the things that you're struggling with, or you just get a chance to do something where you're like, whoa, didn't know how hard that was. So I'm going to have the stick in a long lever, and I'm going to be on this platform side. So again, you can always do this on the floor. It's really hard to do this on the blue side, so I recommend first trying it on the platform. Again, I'm pushing it to one side, getting up on the platform, and now I want to make sure I set myself up for success. So you can use the stick to give you extra stability, and give yourself a wide base, right? If your feet are really close together, there's more chance of the Bosu rocking. So the wider your stance, the more even you'll be able to stay in this position. So, theme today is threes. We have 3 different positions that we're going to hold this long lever, right? Already there's weight to a stick this long. I have both of my feet down, they're even. And just staying in this position, balanced, can be really difficult, right? There's a little bit of wobble, there's a little bit of wiggles. So find that place of stability. And now let's try to bring that stick up to about shoulder height. Elbows are bent. This feels pretty stable, right? Now we're going to lift up all the way overhead. Definitely feel the pull of the lever on my left hip. So coming back down and all the way down to my hips. 2 more of these. Here we go. Lift up, press up, down, down. 1 more. So we're getting used to what this position is. And down. Another option for you, if long lever is too much, you can always hold this kind of in the center, and then again, having that evenly distributed weight of the stick will make standing on the platform a little bit easier, right? So you can always do this too. That's a great option. So we're going to try and do some single leg work where we work on each of those individual locations, down by the hips, up at the shoulders, overhead. So my goal is just to lift a foot, right? It doesn't have to be real high. It can be whatever works for me, however I feel safe there in this long lever position. So we're going to start down at the hips. I'm starting with my left leg. Whew. This feels pretty easy actually, because that long lever is giving me a little boost, right? All of that weight is helping to counter that leg lifted. That was 3. Coming up to that shoulder position. Here we go. 1, 2. Got 1 more here. 3. Whew. Again, we don't have to hold for too long. This is really about exploring the position already. Bringing it up overhead. Now I really feel the pull. Woo. 1, 2, 3. Come back down. So before we switch, I'm actually going to switch my leg. So I bring that posting foot sort of into the middle of the Bosu. You're really going to notice a difference because of the weight of this long lever. So just trying to lift my right leg up. 2. And 3. Woo! Bringing it up to shoulder height. 1, 2, 3. Really feeling how much my ankles have to work to stabilize here. All the way up overhead. 1, 2. Woo. And 3. Beautiful. Bring that stick back down. Take a moment. We're going to find that even stance again. And now, we did a little bit of this wiggling the stick in a previous workout. We're going to do that on the Bosu. If this is too much, feel free to do it on the ground. But because of the long lever, you can really see how much the stick moves, right? And I have to do the work of moving the stick. I'm wiggling it, but I'm also maintaining and resisting that wiggle so that I don't come off the Bosu. So it's a balancing act. So again, we're going to do those 3 different positions down by the hips, at the shoulders, and overhead. So I'm trying to wiggle forward and back and keep myself on the Bosu. And rest. Inside arm, this side, my left side, is the side that's really working on the wiggle. That outside arm is maintaining control. So coming up into that shoulder position. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Woo. Usually the more stable position, this is really hard. Take a breath. Bring it all the way up overhead. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ooh, harder to maintain control. And rest. Bring that stick all the way down. Great job. Just adding that little bit of wiggling the stick gets the heart rate up, gets you sweating, and it's a lot of work to stay on the Bosu. So I'm going to bring the Bosu over to this side so we can do this all over again with the long lever in the other direction. Starting with those even stance positions. Again, foot goes on the Bosu, let it lean until the side hits the ground, and then get back up. You can also always use the stick as an assist. That's why we have them here. Find that nice wide position. Finding that long lever. Just getting used to being on this platform side, which I definitely feel like is easier than the blue side. It does take some getting used to, right? You see how much my hips can rock. Coming up to shoulders, up overhead. Now all of the weight is pulling me to the right. Trying to maintain a nice straight line with the stick. We got 2 more. And press. Down. And down. 1 more here. Down. And down. Beautiful. Taking a second. Prepare. We're going to be doing that same single leg work. Just trying to lift a leg. So I move my foot, the one that will be posting, into the center of the Bosu. Here we go. Long lever. Inside foot is moving. 1, 2, 3. Left side is my weaker side, so it's definitely more work here. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Pressing up overhead. Find that balance first. 1, 2, 3. Going again. The outside leg, my left leg is going to be lifted. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Up overhead. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Taking a moment, take a breath. Widen out your stance. We have those even stance wiggles, which are just really fun and surprisingly difficult, right? No matter what position you're in, they take a lot of work. So inside hand is working that wiggle. Outside hand is resisting and maintaining control of the stick. We're in that even stance. Get your balance. Lift the stick. And if you need to, you can always move your hand out further. There's still a long lever there. You just might have more control. So go where feels right for you. Here we go. Yeah. to shoulder height. Here we go. Woo, harder on this side for me for sure. And rest. Last one. Lift up overhead. Here we go. Woo! And rest. Whew. Oh my goodness, step off that Bosu, take a breath. Wonderful job. Not easy moves, really fun, kind of silly, but that's what playing is all about. So I'm gonna just pull the Bosu off to the side as we get into our cool down. Wonderful work. Bringing that stick to about 12 o'clock. Just take a moment. Your feet and ankles have done a lot of work today. So give them a little bit of love. You're gonna dorsiflex. You're gonna plantar flex. Let's do that one more time. Lifting those heels and then pointing the toe. Create a nice wide stance. Bring that stick to the instep of one of your feet. Reach up high. You're gonna have a soft bend in your knees and hang. This should feel great. Arms have been working. You're gonna reach over, find the stick, and drop that open side knee. Got a nice little adjustment right there. Now you can add on by pressing the stick away. Here we go. Coming back up to center. Nice soft bend in the knees. Drop right into the center. Hanging into that right armpit. I'm gonna grab the stick, bend that free knee, twist myself open. I'm pulling the bottom hand, the stick down into me, and then I'm gonna push it away. And come back up, switching sides. Beautiful work today. Nice soft bend in the knees. Just hang for a moment because it feels so good. Reach over, find the stick, bend that free knee, look up towards the ceiling, and press away. Come back up. Take a breath. Bend those knees, hang. Reach over, find the stick. Pulling the bottom end of the stick in towards my body. And then pressing away. Lift up. Beautiful. We're just gonna end with a lateral bow. Opening up the lateral lines of the body. What a wonderful workout and play this was. So, bringing that stick in line with my hips, outside hand, reach as high as I push my hips away, drawing that inside hand low, and press that stick away from you. Pull those shoulders down. If you want to add on and make it more intense, you can bring that outside foot under, behind that inside foot. You can always do it as you're getting into the position. Hips away, reach up high, press that stick away. I'm just gonna try to, woo. Oh yeah. Other side. Last little move here. Push those hips away. Reach up high. Press that stick away from your body. top hand is reflexively pulling in. And release. Turn that stick just a little bit. One more. We're going to do that same add-on. Push those hips away. Reach up high. Press that stick away. And if you want to add on, and release. Whew. Thank you so much for being here. I had so much fun in this stick mobility program. I can't wait for you to see the next one. And I'm so looking forward to hearing how you guys got on. So please leave a comment, check out the community tab on my YouTube page, and I will be posting about virtual small group stick mobility classes that I'd love for you to be a part of.